guys, welcome back. I am sharing some meal ideas and what we had for dinner and a couple of recipes with you guys. I actually, once I got down to editing the video, I almost felt like, is it worth putting it up? Because I felt like I didn't have as much content as I thought I did. But you guys had seemed to be really interested in seeing what we eat, maybe in a week's time or something. And I decided, you know what, this is just me. This is our daily type of life. Like, it's not fancy, the video's not fancy, my editing or like my filming and everything is not fancy because I'm not really a video cook type of thing. I just don't really do that very much, but I thought that maybe this video would help someone and it could give you some inspiration. Let me just say that I put in a couple of lunch ideas, at least one or so, and like one time I filmed a little breakfast clip. So there's, you know, some random stuff. I filmed the process of one of the meals, actually a couple of them maybe, and they're pretty simple meals actually. And if I have recipes for them, I'll try to link them below. They're mostly from Pinterest, I would say, and some of them are kind of a take on what I've made myself for a while. So I'm just trying to find some recipes for you guys. Oh, and as far as all of our meals for the week, I think I only cooked like 3 times that one week because we ended up eating leftovers another night, and then Friday night we had dinner at a friend's place, and Saturday night, I think it was the night before Mother's Day, we ended up eating out. So that's kind of how it goes. Sunday lunch was at church. So I think I included a couple of extras just to kind of make it more worth it. But let me know if you like these kind of videos. This is very informal, I realize. So I'm just gonna put it up anyway. So let me just get started with the video and tell you kind of what was going on. This first meal is kind of the main one we had of the week. I'd say the biggest one, and it's pretty starchy, I will admit, but these potatoes are the cheesy ranch potatoes, and I make a similar version, but these are just diced a little smaller. So you dice them and then cook them in water until they're basically done. You don't want to overcook them because you will put them in the oven then a little later. The chicken, I don't have a recipe to link for you, but all I did was you can season it a little bit and put some provolone cheese on it, and then I think you would do about maybe half a cup of milk to about a can of cream of chicken. I think that should be about right. I don't think it's too picky. But then you just pour that on top of the chicken as you see me doing here. And I think I also went and added some seasonings on top. I just thought it could use some, and that's kind of how I do. I'll just like grab some seasonings I think look good. And then I'm just melting about 4 tablespoons of butter and putting it in the microwave. And then I will go ahead and put in some dressing mix to like sprinkle on top of the chicken. This would be optional. You wouldn't have to do this, but this is what the recipe called for. And so just kind of mix that together, and then you just pour that on top of the chicken, and then you're pretty much done with that. Oh, here I'm showing where I was just putting on some like garlic salt and maybe some pepper and salt. I just think it adds better flavor and stuff. So I was doing this while the potatoes were cooking, as you can see there on the side. But yeah, then you just put the dressing on top of that, and then you bake it in the oven for, I don't know, maybe close to an hour. Depends what type of chicken you're using. I was using the boneless, skinless chicken tenderloin. So, you know, if you're using breasts or whatever, you might have to do it longer. So that's going to be up to you. I put a little bit of extra dressing on top, and then you just put it in the oven until it is done. And then for the sauce and for the potatoes, this is something I'll just like mix, and the recipe will tell you the exact amounts, but you mix sour cream and ranch together. And I usually add some more like Hidden Valley Ranch or like ranch seasoning mix to it. It just adds a lot more ranch flavor. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is add some shredded cheese to the mix. Usually I'll use like cheddar or Colby Jack, kind of whatever I have on hand, but generally a cheddar of some sort. And you can also mix in like the pre-made bacon bits if you want. However, I added some real bacon in a later step, but you'll just pour the potatoes in the pan, and then you'll pour the sauce on top. And it's up to you how much sauce you want for your potatoes. I always think more is better, and I don't think these were anything too runny by the time they were done. Like, it was definitely pretty good. I could have even used more maybe. So it's really good if it's saucy. And you can also add some more shredded cheese on top of this. But here is my bacon that I was frying. Sometimes I'll do it this way, other times I'll just use some bacon bits, depends. But I also added some seasonings to the top of it just to add a little bit more flavor. And then I went ahead and put the bacon bits on top of it. And then you put it back in the oven until it's all nice and heated up. I would say, you know, maybe 20 minutes, or it depends. You could also make this ahead of time. But what you're seeing here is some of our frozen corn. I had showed it earlier, but that's what it looks like, and I'll just add butter and like salt and stuff to it. So this is what the stuff is looking like when I got it out of the oven. It was really good. I think it could have been a little bit more moist, the chicken, but yeah, I liked it. And yeah, we love our sweet corn, and that's just a good easy way to get some vegetables in. You don't have to, it doesn't take long at all. And so that was the meal. So the next breakfast thing I'm showing you guys, I don't make smoothies very often, but I did on this morning, and I don't have a recipe for you guys. I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit something. I think I'd use some strawberries and probably bananas and spinach or kale maybe. Yeah, I think so. But that was a good refreshing thing. The next meal was something that I wanted to grill. And I think this recipe is on Pinterest or both of these. I'll try to link whatever I can down below, or like the cookbooks that I use, that type of thing. So this recipe, I wanted to grill some shrimp as well as grill some veggies. Now I used the uncooked, I think like large size shrimp, and I personally would say that next time I would just go ahead and use the cooked shrimp instead of this kind with, you know, the shells on it. We just felt like it was kind of tough, but maybe I just didn't do it right because I'm not an experienced griller yet at this point. And I added some like just Italian dressing to it. I think that's what some of the recipes had told me to do. And so that's what I did. I added some parsley, and I'm trying to think, along with some minced garlic. And then I just stuck it in the fridge for a little while until I was ready to grill it. And the veggies were good and everything. But then I also decided to grill some, I think it's called Hot Country something. And I didn't realize it was actually spicy. So this stuff was pretty spicy. But I saw it at Walmart the other day. So I guess I had picked it up at Detweiler's. But I guess you can maybe get it at Walmart, unless it's just like a local thing. But there is a mild version I saw. And I was like, oh, bummer. Why didn't I see that there's like a mild version? I didn't realize that it was actually hot. So I just put it on kebab sticks, the shrimp and stuff, along with some onions, and then I melted some butter, put some, I think, garlic seasoning and parsley and stuff, and then I put that on top of it as I was grilling it. And I also poured some butter and stuff in the tin foil with the vegetables, and it was actually really good, except for the shrimp being a little tough. So I would say, just from my perspective, it's just as easy to just use regular cooked shrimp and do them the same way. You don't have to mess with the shells, but I'm sure there's experts out there who would tell you to just do the type with the shells and the uncooked. So what you're seeing here is a rhubarb dessert. I had made that, I think, the same afternoon. I didn't show me making it or anything. I don't know how many of you guys like rhubarb, but that's probably kind of a Mennonite thing. So if I can find the recipe or like the cookbook I used, I'll try to link that below. But moving right along, this is another night. I think we were going to go play softball, or Nick was going to go play softball that night. So I just wanted something really easy. So I had thawed some ground beef and seasoned it with taco seasoning. And then I just decided to do like some nachos. So I had tortilla chips, put some ground beef on it, and also I diced up some tomatoes and then some cheese. So I put it in the oven just to kind of toast it a little bit, not very long. But then I also put some green onions on top, and it was good to go. We dipped it in salsa and, I'm trying to think, sour cream, I think. The next recipe or idea I have for you is just plain and simple avocado toast. And I've been eating this for lunch on occasion. I don't usually eat it for breakfast. For some reason, I think I have too much of a sweet tooth for breakfast. I like my cereal and stuff. But in any case, I just toasted some bread in the pan, smashed up an avocado, put some salt and probably pepper in it, and then I cooked my egg to be slightly runny, or just maybe, I don't know, over medium or something, not completely cooked. I like to have a little bit of yolk left over, and then I'll just put the avocado on my toast and then put the egg on top of that, and then put a slice of tomato on top of that, and it is super yummy. I'm serious. I love it so much, and I've just recently kind of started doing it, and it's not like I have it like all the time, but yeah, it was good. We had some sweet tea with it, and then the boys just had good old hot dogs, some blueberries, and some tea. And then also, I think this was the same day I had made some cookies in the afternoon, just some regular, I think they were just chocolate chip cookies. I put some peanut butter chips in it, and I don't really remember which recipe it was, but yeah, that was a good treat. I always love a good warm cookie, and so do the boys. So that was just kind of an extra thing. I'll do this, I'll bake bars or cookies usually once a week at least. So for the other meal, this was just like breakfast burritos basically. I had some burritos, fried some scrambled eggs, some sausage, and some vegetables, and that was it. So this is pretty much all I have to show you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope it gave you guys some inspiration. If you like these kind of videos, please give the video a thumbs up. And also let me know what you guys like to make as your favorite meal or like go-to type of thing. And yeah, just let me know if you have questions. I'll try to link what I can. But I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you in my next one. Thanks, guys.